I have a topic you're gonna love. I'm gonna speak to you today about the easiest navyfed credit card to get approved for no matter what and how to get it. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Student Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's exchange, I want to speak to you about the easiest navyfed credit card to get approved for no matter what and how to get it. I want to talk to you about the easiest unsecured navyfed credit card to get no matter your credit score, financial situation, or job status. Keep in mind, I said what? Unsecured, because if I had to say secured, it would have been too easy, right? It would have been too easy for me to sit around and tell you, go get the navyfed secure credit card. No, we're speaking about an unsecured credit card. So when we speak about unsecured versus secure credit card, we are speaking indirectly about soft pull versus hard pull. So soft pull means what? It means that you are checking for pre-approval and you can request a new credit card or a credit limit increase on an existing credit card. So when we talk about a hard pull is the kind of inquiry that triggers a decrease in your credit score. Let's quickly get into the distinction that you need to keep in mind when we speak about pre-approval, pre-selection, and invitation to apply. Look on the screen right now, folks. First, let's talk about pre-approved. Pre-approved means what? It means that your credit track record indicates that you are the kind of a customer that the credit card issuer, in this case navyfed, is interested in. Okay, so they have their algorithm, they have their criteria, and they kind of look at your profile and they love it. And basically, they pull data from the three major credit bureaus, and the acceptance rate when you are pre-approved is 90%. That's why a lot of people want to be pre-approved. Now let's talk about pre-selected. Pre-selected here, the acceptance rate is a little lower, around 70%, 75%. Basically, in this case, the criteria are less stringent. It means that you fall within a certain category, a certain constellation of risk mitigation criteria, and you can be pre-approved. And the third element, the third scenario is invitation to apply. This one has an acceptance rate that's very low, between 10 and 40%. And that just means that they're looking at geography, they're looking at demographics, and I think they're just pulling a very wider net. And so you just happen to be in that net. So whenever you get an invitation to apply, the likelihood of approval is kind of low. So just keep that in mind. So I'm just trying to tell you this thing because it's very important to understand that whether you get a pre-approval from navyfed or another issuer, credit card issuer, you have the possibility to opt out. You control your life, you control your data, and if you want to opt out right now, at least temporarily, there is a website called optoutprescreen.com. This is the credit card industry's official do not mail portal, and you can decide whether you want to stop receiving offers for 5 years or permanently. Okay, don't worry, you can always opt back. You can opt back in at a later date. So that's the website, optoutprescreen.com. Now let's get into the actual step-by-step. So if you want to get the easiest navyfed credit card, first of all, you need to have a clear understanding of all navyfed credit cards. Okay, I want to walk you through the typology of navyfed credit cards that we currently have. So I want you to look on the screen right now. So when we speak about navyfed personal credit cards, we are speaking about a bevy of credit cards. The first one is the cash rewards. You can see here you can earn up to 1.75% cash back on all purchases, and there's no annual fee. The variable rate oscillates from 9.65% to 18%, and you can earn a $250 bonus cash back on this card. The next card is the Platinum card. Here you can minimize monthly payments with navyfed's lowest rate card. There's no annual fee. The variable rate oscillates between 5.99% and 18%, and you can save with a low intro APR on balance transfers. The third card I want to acquaint you with today is called the Go Rewards, the navyfed Go Rewards card. Here you can earn more on the go. You can get 3x points at restaurants, 2x points on gas, and 1x points on everything else. There is no annual fee, of course. The variable rates will fluctuate from 8.99% to 18%, and you can earn 10K bonus points, which equates to $100. The fourth card I want to share with you is the Visa Signature Flagship Rewards. Here you earn 3x points for every dollar you spend on travel and 2x points on everything else. Annual fee $49. The rate is variable between 9.99% and 18%. And you earn 40,000 bonus points, and you get 3x points on travel purchases. The next card, we have the navyfed More Rewards American Express, and this is a hybrid between Amex and navyfed. Here there's no annual fee. The rate oscillates from 9.65% and 18%, and you can earn, if you apply, 20,000 bonus points. And the last but not the least, we have the N Rewards Secured Card. This is a card that allows you to build or repair your credit while earning rewards. There's no annual fee, and the rate will fluctuate between, there's no fluctuation here. The rate is a stable, static 18%. Now let's take a look at the terms and conditions for all NFCU credit cards. I want you to look on the screen right now. You can see here, you can see the conditions, you can see the rates by card, the intro APR for More Rewards, intro APR for Go Rewards, the cash advance APR, and so on and so forth. I want you to commit these numbers to memory because I will circle back to them very soon. The next thing you need to do, so the first thing is you need to get to know all navyfed credit cards. Did you get that? Fantastic. Let's move on. Second thing you need to know, you need to join navyfed. Now, obviously, we all understand that nearly every American can join NFCU, no matter their geography, biography, or professional affiliation. You do not necessarily have to have military affiliation to qualify for membership. Okay, so if you have more information, we just recommend you contact navyfed directly. Okay, navyfed historically has been geared towards active duty, retired, and veterans, right? So active duty members of the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, National Guard, and Space Force. We have delayed entry program, the DEP, DoD officer candidate, ROTC, the DoD reservist, veterans, retirees, and annuitants. Their family members, I'm speaking about the parents, the grandparents, the spouses, the siblings, children, grandchildren, household members. We also have DoD civilians, very important, DoD civilian employees, U.S. government employees assigned to DoD installations, DoD contractors assigned to U.S. government installations, DoD civilian retirees and annuitants. So, but you don't have to have military affiliation to qualify. And again, if you have any question, I think you should call 1-888-842-6328, 1-888-842-6328. And to join, and nearly anybody can join, really. And to join, you need to have a social security number, your current home address, a driver's license or government ID, credit card or bank account, and writing number to fund your account, okay? And even if you have a minor, if you are an existing member and a parent, grandparents, or a guardian of a minor, you can sign in and share the gift of membership using navyfed's online minor membership application, okay? And minor membership is open to children, including adopted and stepchildren, as well as grandchildren. So after joining, navyfed encourage you to open at least based on our research, they encourage you to open at least 2 asset accounts if you want to increase your chances of being approved for a credit card, okay? So first, a checking account, and this can be a free active duty checking, free easy checking, free campus checking, free everyday checking, or flagship checking. That's the first. Second, you want to open a savings account, and this can be a money market account, a retirement savings account, which can be an IRA savings account, an IRA money market savings account, or education savings account. Step number 3, you want to check your card offers. Folks, I'm still having a conversation with you about the easiest navyfed credit card to get approved for. The third element here is to check your credit card offers. Once you become a member, you want to check your account dashboard often for NFCU credit card offers. This is very important. And if you don't see any offer after 45 to 60 days upon account opening, you want to seek a pre-qual online. Pre-qual means pre-qualification, okay? You can do it online. And if you are already a member, you can find out if you pre-qualify for a credit card before you submit an application. This is really good. Think about it. You're just making sure your FICO score does not lose weight unnecessarily. Okay, so if you pre-qualify online, at least if you see if there is a pre-qual offer, your credit score will not be affected. Now, I just want you to see on the screen right now. You can go to navyfed.org, look for the credit cards, and once you see the credit card you would click on pre-qualify me. And then the thing you see here is that it will ask you to enter your credentials. So you need to enter your user ID and your password. So once you are in your navyfed dashboard, you can then see whatever offers you have. And if there is a pre-qual offer, just click on it and follow the instructions. There are a few general rules that you need to keep in mind. If you already have a navyfed credit card and want a second one, you need to wait for at least 6 months after opening the first one. Okay, folks, very important. If you just want an increase on the navyfed card you currently have, then you need to wait at least 3 months after opening your account. You should always wait a minimum of 3 months in between future credit limit increase requests. And if you request a credit limit increase, you will be asked to give navyfed permission to do a hard pull of your credit report. Do you want that? I don't think so. Because if you give them the authorization, this allows them to evaluate your credit worthiness. The hard pull will cause your credit score to dip a few points, but your score should rebound quickly if you continue to use your card responsibly. Okay, so to request a navyfed credit limit increase, you can log into your online account, as I said earlier, or you can send a secure message through online banking. You can also call customer service at 1-888. I've given the number before, but I'll be giving this number again. The number is 1-888-842-6328. Okay, be prepared to provide your employment status, annual income, and the amount of your monthly rent or mortgage payments. Okay, it's very important. And I want to say before closing here that navyfed may also extend an automatic credit limit increase as often as once every 6 months, but probably not so frequently. So the evaluation for an automatic increase uses a soft credit pull, which does not affect your credit score. Okay, and while navyfed will periodically review your account, there is no guarantee based on our research that they will give you an automatic increase. You can help your chances by always paying on time and keeping your CUR below 30%, your credit utilization ratio below 30%. Okay, I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sturdy Kiwi Show. We are also having a conversation about the easiest navyfed credit card to get. Now, the fourth thing you need to do is to zero in on the easiest card. Let's quickly review navyfed's 6 credit cards that we reviewed earlier. So we have the Cash Rewards, the Platinum, the Gold Rewards, the Visa Signature Flagship Rewards, the Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card, and the N Rewards Secure. Now let's see the cards with their corresponding requirements. Now here is a quick disclaimer, folks. navyfed does not publicly disclose approval criteria, so anything we say here is the fruit of our own decade-long research, data collected from navyfed insiders, data gathered in our own work advising clients in terms of credit card application, information we have seen throughout hundreds of credit card and loan reviews on this show, and last but not the least, crowdsourced data collected via the internet, social media, and smartphone apps. Okay, very important. So now let's review the cards again. So we have the navyfed more rewards Amex card. Here the variable rate 9.65 to 18%, FICO minimum 690. The platinum card rate the APR 5.99 to 18%, FICO 670 minimum. The gold rewards we have the rate APR 8.99 to 18%, FICO 650. We have the cash rewards variable rate here. This is 565, okay, and that's the FICO 565, and the APR we have here 965 to 18%, and the Visa Signature Flagship Rewards Card, the minimum FICO here is 700, and then we have the N Rewards Secured, which has a variable rate of 18%. And there's no minimum FICO because this is a secure card. Okay. Now, based on our research, folks, the navyfed cash rewards is the easiest to apply for. Did you hear that? Is the easiest to apply for. It stands pretty well in as you can see on the screen here, pretty well in the topology of a navyfed credit card that we have reviewed. It requires a minimum FICO of 565, as well as verifiable income of $15,000 gross annual salary. Okay, so to boost your chances of approval, keep some cash in your navyfed checking and savings account and maintain a DTI below 40%. DTI stands for debt to income ratio. Now let's talk about how you should apply and use your card responsibly. Very important, okay? Let's talk about applying for this card successfully and then using it responsibly so you can get a credit limit increase as soon as possible. First, let me say a quick comment about the so-called late night navyfed hack. I mean, we've seen this all along on YouTube, on social media in general. What we want to say here is that there's no research that backs it up. This is more hearsay. We're not here to actually say that the comments and the rumors are wrong, but as you can see on the screen, we've seen this over and over on social media, and especially on social media, people believe that around midnight or after 11:30. You can see on the screen we have a comment from a user on a site called Wallet Hub. It's a financial website, a financial forum. People are thinking that after 11:30 or midnight or 1 a.m. whatever, staff at navyfed goes home. And for some reason, this is a great opportunity to apply for a credit limit increase. This is just so funny. You are thinking about a prestigious and sophisticated and so smart institution as navyfed, and they're going to rely on individuals going home to take care of their risk mitigation strategies. If you think that, really, you need to rethink your strategy in terms of personal finance. Because this is not true. It is just not true. Even if there were a gap, if there were I would say an opportunity if there was an opening, they would have fixed it a long time ago. So my point here is that the so-called hack, late night navyfed hack, in our view, based on extensive research we have done, does not really exist. The people who have tried it and approved and got approved not because of the time frame, but because they had already a positive financial situation. They were using their card responsibly. They just happened to be lucky that they applied around midnight and it worked for them. For one person who applies successfully, there are thousands of navyfed users or members who apply and never get it. The people have been applying for between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. It never works. So let me move on here. What I want to say here, and that's my point, if you want to increase your chances of being approved for a new card or a credit line increase, the best way is to work on your DTI, your debt to income ratio. The best way to polish your financial information, to work on your CUR, your credit utilization ratio. Okay, you'll need to constantly make sure you have the best employment information, your income information, your housing expenses. So your DTI. So when you think about your the money you're pulling in versus the money you're spending, there is a nice balance. Okay, less than 40%. That's what's going to help you, not staying awake until 1 or 2 in the morning and just hoping that you're going to trick an institution that is not only affiliated with the military. In other words, they're very smart already, and that they've been around for so many years. No, okay? Let's talk about, this is step number 6. So I've already told you that the best card, the easiest navyfed card to get is what? Is the navyfed Cash Rewards card. To get that, you need a minimum FICO of 565. You need verifiable income of $15,000, 15. Okay, that's less than $1,000 a month in gross income. And you also need to work on your DTI, making sure it's always below 40%. Very important. And now you also need to know the reasons for denial, because that's the whole thing. We're trying to make sure you get the card, you get approved for the card. And another way of looking at this question is, if you want to get approved for the card, you can think about ways to get approved or ways to not get denied, right? So you want to make sure that your Navy Federal account is not too new. If your Navy Fed account is too new, this could be a cause for denial. If there has been recently a change to the credit line on your account, there could be a denial, because navyfed, based on their own words, generally grant credit line increases on an existing credit account no more than once every 6 months. Okay? You could be denied if you have been delinquent, or you have had delinquent past or present credit obligations with others. Okay? So if your credit report shows that you have paid one or more creditors late, this could cause navyfed to rethink their strategies vis-a-vis you. If your income is insufficient for the amount of credit you are requesting, your application could be denied. Again, this harks back to what I was saying earlier, right? A few minutes ago. It's all about the ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. It's all about the liquidity. It's all about, are you pulling in enough cash to back up, to substantiate the credit line increase you are requesting. For example, if you're making 20 grand a year and you're requesting $25,000 in credit line increase, chances are you're not going to get it. And that makes sense, right? That makes sense. From a pure risk mitigation standpoint, navyfed is not going to grant you 25 grand if your income is 20 grand a year, and that's even gross. That's pre-tax income. Another reason for a denial is excessive credit obligation. So if your credit report shows high utilization of revolving lines, you could be denied. And this goes back to what I said earlier, the DTI, your CUR. And if you have excessive credit obligations in relations to income, for example, your total monthly payment obligations exceed navyfed's debt to income standards, the DTI standards, you could be denied. Okay, so you got to know the reasons for denial so you can increase your chances of approval. Thank you so much, folks, for your attention during this conversation. I was talking to you about the easiest navyfed credit card to get approved for, and just to clarify things, that card is the Cash Rewards card, okay? And let me quickly recap today's conversation. I gave you an overview of a navyfed apparatus, and then I told you to get to know all navyfed credit cards, to join navyfed, to check your card offers, to zero in on the easiest card, to apply and use your card responsibly, and to know the reasons for denial. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.